Hey there, Scorpio. Happy New Year. This is Chronic Joy Tarot, and this is going to be your current reading. I'm posting this in early January of 2018. Whenever you view it is the right time for you to receive the message. And if you're new to my channel, just know that my reading style is much more all about you, less about others. It's about where you stand, now in alignment with your soul, and how to expand upon that and go down toward your spiritual truth, down the path, right? So you can always just sort of tune in. This is just an aspect of yourself that the spirit guides are guiding us to have you focus on right now. It's for Sun, Moon, and Rising sign of Scorpio, or anyone that just sees the topic and wants to tap into that energy. And the topic for this reading is going to be karma. So this card, this is, the two snakes are in the double helix, just like a strand of DNA. So this card talks about karma. Karma is not some sense of punishment. What goes around comes around. It's not really that. It's a little deeper than that. It's a sense of cause and effect, like what you put out into this earth, into this world, into your life right now, is the conduct and the behaviors and the choices that you make are carving your path of life and determining how others respond to you, how much struggle or ease you have in your life. So it's making conscious choices to always come from within your core and make decisions from there instead of, quickly reactive decisions based on external situations. Stick with your core being and who you really are and who you know yourself to be, and guide yourself that way. This could also mean the idea of karma as far as tapping into your past. Because there's a DNA reference here, it talks about your physical, ancestral karma that is in the physical world. You come from a long line of ancestors that, created their path, and then the next generation created theirs, and you're the next one on the path. It's, your history is just as important as your future. But what in this reading, since we are, of a spiritual nature, we're going to be reaching for our higher self to make more of the decisions than to be stuck in the pattern or the past or the perceived sort of, karmic position that you're in and you have no choice, right? We're not going to look at it that way. We're going to look at it as appealing to your higher self and appealing to that spiritual growth, and going forward and conducting yourself accordingly is what's going to create your progress. And, if you believe in the next life, it's going to create your experience there. If you don't believe in that, it's just going to create your perception and your reality while you're on this earth. Okay? All right, the Zen Tarot spread here is using the Osho Zen Tarot deck. This is called the Flying Bird. These are wings. This is the point of liftoff, and then we take flight and come to a new level of awareness. The left wing here are internal energies that go on within you that you are aware of, but others may not be. And the right wing are external energies and how these energies play off and show up in your daily life. Okay? Starting point for you, Scorpio. Integration. Yep. That's perfect for this karmic card, because what you're wanting to do is integrate, for your soul's balance, your past and your present, your past and your future, your physical and your spiritual, the familial thread, that you've come from and where you're headed. It's integration. It's seeing it all as a whole, all of it, all the playing parts are as a whole, and that is where your spirit finds its power, and you have, you're more in touch with your spirit and your personal power that way. So accept all that's here, accept all of it, right? Even if things are seemingly opposite, accept it all into your experience. Okay, so this is great because you're in a place where You're either really grounded in yourself, or you're achieving that. You're reaching toward that, and you're getting it. You know, every little lesson and every choice you make is filling that up, filling that tank up more. The first internal energy here, and this is something that you feel within, as far as this karmic path you're on and learning to operate from your most grounded self, is that you're doing it. That's your internal sense that you're getting this. You're getting it. You don't have to arrive there tomorrow, right? There's no real point of arrival. Okay, now I get it. Now I'm done. You're getting it, that this is all just part of the journey, and the things you pick up along the way and the choices that you make are all part of your expansion here on Earth. And you understand that within. You feel really good about that. Sometimes it doesn't show up in your external world, but that's okay, because we're not looking for you to, actually be perfect. You're learning, and as we all are. In your external world, this sense of tapping into your fullest life might make you feel, like you're missing out on something. FOMO. This is the outsider. This is the little boy who really doesn't feel like he's where he wants to be in that rainbow world, and he can't get there. He's so disconnected and separated from his desire. But it's really not true, because if you look at this lock here on the chain, it's not engaged. There is no lock. So all he has to do is walk through the gate and go. So in your external world, you might feel like some of the choices you're making are more reactive to get what you think you really want. And I think that if you can rest back into that more general knowledge that, okay, I'm not going to have to, I don't have to have this thing immediately in order to find my happiness, right? I can be in my happiness on my way to things, right? You can relax a little bit. And this is kind of guiding you to know your worth and accept it, and then just gently move along, through your days. Internally, you might find that boring. This is the card of ordinariness, and you might feel a little ho-hum about it. Like, where's all the excitement in that? I want to race toward my goals. Yeah, you can. You can race toward them, and it is really fun to achieve them. What we want you to tune into, though, is the feeling of whether you're doing that, feeling really a sense of solidity, a sense of real, true, inner, outer balance, right? Make sure you stay grounded when you're racing toward your goals, if it feels boring like that. But there is something to be said about the ordinariness card. There's something to be said about that pleasant, knowing what to expect, just sort of traipsing through the meadow. This is the day I'm in. I'm going to enjoy the flowers and the leaves and the sky, and it's all good. It's all good. There's something real peaceful and centering about that energy. Okay. In your external world, I pulled this card called Beyond Illusion. This is kind of saying that, the way you see things, the way, like if I can only get from this point in my path to this point, that's all I need, and then I'll be happy. That's kind of, that's an illusion, right? And then there's the point to be made of, yeah, you stand on this point in the path and you want to end up over here. Why? What about all that time in between? Like, are you going to enjoy yourself on your way to there? Or are you going to push it and go up against every boulder and go up against every storm and fight everything that comes your way to get there? Or are you going to just enjoy it, walk around the boulder, sink back into, rest into your knowledge that you're good, and that, the choices you're making right now to get to that point are creating your life. They're creating your entire experience, right? So, there is no, there are some that say, this whole thing is a dream. Every experience we're having in our waking life is a dream. But then that's another topic, right? But yeah, you're kind of guided to be mindful every day. That's really what this is about. Just be mindful. Okay, your top internal energy here is clinging to the past. So if you find yourself looping around in the same story karmically over and over, you could be relying too much on your memories and wishing you were back there, wishing you were back in that time. I know, there's times when I do that and I think, oh, if only it were like this again, or whatever, when times seemed easier or whatever. But it's just, that's not what your soul is longing to do. Your soul is longing to go forward. And it's nice to have your memories. And it's nice to, review your memories every now and then, but don't let them box up your mind so that you're closed off from the life that's right here. Okay? Take what's right here, accept it, and be in this part of your journey. Otherwise, from point A to point B, you're going to miss out on all the fun stuff. Your top external energy, and then also the outcome and the new awareness that you're coming to through this reading, is the sense of receptivity, which is beautiful. This is wonderful because now you can show up in your world and accept, just kind of what I just said, accept everything that's right here, and know that, you're never really done. So if you don't like the situation you're in the moment, it's going to change. So accept it and then move on to the next thing. You'll always have the next phase and the next space to occupy. Okay? So tune in to your, tune into some of the patterns that you're finding yourself in, and then tune your direction forward toward, the next space of your soul's growth. You've got this. You're doing it. Okay? All right, Scorpio. It was good to see you again, and I love you guys, and we'll talk very soon.